So based on the last popularity of the ego video, I didn't even cover everything, to be honest. I was just getting warmed up. So this video I want to talk about how the stubbornness of the ego really derails us, and then also how when we get defensive about someone saying something or anything that you get defensive about, that's a great way to grow, because the reason why we're defensive about it is because there's something inside of us that hasn't developed itself, and it's protecting itself by lashing out and being defensive about it. So the stubbornness of the ego, shows up because it really feels that it doesn't need any help. It knows it's had a tough life, and it knows the best thing for it, and it doesn't need any external. No one understands it, right? That's the whole thing with being stubborn. The ego, it feels like no one really knows it except for itself, which is what you think. And obviously that's a big problem, because we all need each other to grow, and we all need different perspectives to grow. And when you're stuck in your head, even if you don't think you're stubborn, because when you're stuck in your head, that's all you see. Everything's a filter through what you think. So the situations, the people you meet, all the decisions you make, it's coming from a filter of ego. And you think it may not be, but that's the whole delusion of the ego, is that if you're not running from your gut and really learning to control your mind and only use it when it's necessary. I like the 80-20, 80% from the gut, 20% from the head. That means that most of the day you shouldn't be thinking. So if you are thinking and stuck in your head, then every decision you're making is out of ego. And how is that affecting you? It's affecting you because you're now making decisions from something that has been constructed from your environment your whole life. So it's not even your decision. It's an average, a culmination of your whole upbringing, all the people that influenced you as a kid. You're now making decisions in your life today as an adult through the lens of people that have influenced you in your life. That's going to get you mediocre results. Learn to switch off, control the mind, and use it for what it's worth, and live out of the body. 80-20. Now, the ego gets defensive because it's insecure, and it's again trying to protect itself from the actual area or the topic or the whatever it is you get defensive about. It's protecting itself because it doesn't know it. It hasn't been there yet. It hasn't mastered it yet. So whenever you get defensive about it, it's good just to take stock checks, say sorry to the person that you're being defensive to or about, whatever, and then make a mental note to work on that when you get home. Because that's a great way to grow, to find out if you don't know what your next steps are in life, just figure out what you're real arced up about. What do you get real defensive about? And that's a great way to figure out, okay, I need to work on whatever it is. So take a stock check. If you get defensive, that's your next move.